Ciao a tutti. It is currently day 6, July 21st of the Add1Challenge, and I thought I'd do a weekly update. I don't have to do these videos unlike the day 0 videos and day 30, day 60, etc. But I think it's a good way to keep myself accountable more, and one of my other challengers did this, Josh Pope, he did this, and I really liked his video, so I decided to make one for myself. And yeah, I'm just, it's been an interesting week. It's been an interesting first week. And so far, nothing terrible has happened or nothing too interesting has happened. But I think I got it off in a weird start because my first 2 days I wasn't used to studying, and I did study, but not for my 45 days, not for my 45 minutes. So I counted those as my break instead of putting nay. And for the rest of the days, I did study, including today, yay. And I put a yay for those days. And I actually did write down the resources and basic things which I wanted to learn. So that was really helpful in just sitting down and not going, okay, what's going to happen right now, instead of what I did last year. And that would make my 45 minutes very unproductive and unorganized, and I wouldn't really focus on specific things. So I really like that. I'm definitely going to try and carry that on for at least every week which I study. So maybe every week I can focus on something different. Maybe some weeks will be more focused on vocabulary and more on grammar, more on pronunciation, etc. But I'm just going to show the resources which I've been using. I have this grammar packet right here, which is entirely in Italian. I really like it. I have the language hacking book from Benny Lewis, again, which is something I liked. I started using this last year, or last challenge, but I didn't get very far into it, so I'm just going over what I wrote in already, and then I'm going to finish the book hopefully in the next, by the end of, I was going to say next 2 weeks, but maybe I should shoot for the end of the month. There's only 10 units, and each unit takes about an hour to do, so that could easily use up for my entire day, which might be okay, actually. I got this in LA, which is a LA bookstore, but it's just 201 Italian verbs, and it has some conjugation charts inside it, and it's just, I'm sorry, I just noticed that this says it was written by Vincent Luciani, and Luciani is my last name. So I'm very interested. Professor Emrys of Romance Language at City University of New York. Huh, I'll have to check that out. That's interesting. Wow. I also have this novel, which is entirely in Italian. I think it's pronounced Il Mondo di Ieri by Stefan Zweig. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, I'll figure it out. And I think this is a biography. I looked it up just to make sure it wasn't anything too bad, but I forgot what it was about, but I believe it's a biography in like a fiction written as a fiction book. And I also have these flashcards, which are just picture and word. And I really like those type of flashcards because you're not translating. You're just saying, oh, this is la lampada. It is la lampada. I just really like that because you're not translating in your head, and that's one of my bigger problems with language learning. I also have a few things on my phone, a few apps. I have Bilingual app, which is a app for just short stories and folk tales, pretty much for your target language. I have Memrise, which is a spaced repetition program, and I really like it. I have Rosetta Stone, which I'm probably going to delete. I've gotten to the point where I can't do any more lessons without paying, and I'm trying to keep this as cheap as possible. I have Mango Languages, which admittedly I haven't used a whole lot even before the challenge, but I might use it more. I have High Native, which I've been using a lot. I've been using it a lot, and it is pretty much just an app where you can connect with native speakers and you can correct your pronunciation. and that's been really helpful because sometimes I don't know if I'm pronouncing things wrong, and things will have double consonants and have different accents, and I don't know where I'm supposed to accent it or where I'm supposed to hold it more, things like that. I don't know how long I'm going to hold it, so that's been really helpful. And finally, I have this thing called Italian Drops, which is pretty much just the digital version of this. And then on my computer, I have Anki, and on Anki is the Fluent Forever pronunciation guide, which has by far been my favorite resource because it's so easy to use and it's so useful, and you have to check in with it so often that it's really easy to keep yourself accountable with it. And online, I have an Add1X program which I started using last challenge, and I liked it, but I didn't use it a whole lot, so I'm curious if I'm still going to use it. But if you want, I'm guessing if I need something more structured, that's the way to go because it's just a course. And then Italian Pod 101, which admittedly I have a 7-day free trial for it, but I'm just deleting my account and reimbursing it or redoing my account. Pretty much just deleting my account and all of my information, then signing up for a new account and doing a 7-day free trial just to make sure I can technically have the premium version but not pay anything. I probably shouldn't do that, but I don't really want to spend a lot of money on a subscription. And I also have the resources from the Benny Lowe's hacking book. When you get that, there's an audio course as well that goes along with it, and he has a bunch of online resources which you can use. That's a really nice list for just basic things that are really, really nice that he recommends. And then this isn't a resource, but I'm probably going to take these throughout the challenge. It's called Italiano Online, which are self-assessment tests and they're proficiency tests. So there's 4 different tests and there's 3 different listening tests. And I feel like those would be nice just to see my progress in the language and just to see how I'm doing, because I want to get to a A2 level, and if I could get above that, that would be amazing. But my personal goal is just an A2 level. But those are just all my resources. Slack has been really helpful. I really like them. I again really like Slack, and my study group's great. But yeah. Yeah, I also have some of my talkie teachers already from last year. I just need to contact them again and say hi. I'm going to do more lessons. But yeah, and then I'm really confident this year. I'm really confident that I'm going to do well this year, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this because I feel like I finally have it together and I finally have a time. I finally can just make time where I can sit down and know what to study, which I think is great. And then I have time during school, which is going to start soon, unfortunately, but I am going to have time during school, which is like a work on your schoolwork time where I could just study Italian, or I could do my schoolwork and then when I get home I can just work on Italian, which either way I think that's going to be really useful. And there's not a lot else to say right now. It's just been 6 days, but so far I'm really enthusiastic. Hasn't been the best week, but I am really enthusiastic and I'm really optimistic for next week. And yeah, next week I want to use I'm probably going to focus with the language hacking book because that's just a really good resource to use when you're first learning the language. And they have some nice scripts in here that I'm probably going to use, or they have a nice thing for making scripts, which I'm probably going to use. And yeah, that's my update for this week. I hope everyone has a good week and keep on studying. Bye, ciao.